It's time for Maggie and the Moms, sponsored by Tampa General Hospital and USF Health. Welcome to Maggie and the Moms, where we celebrate but never sugarcoat parenting. On our panel today, we welcome C.G. Castro, the woman behind Domestic Gourmet on Instagram. She is a recipe developer and a mother of 3. Carrie Kreisman is the former First Lady of St. Pete and the author of Accidental First Lady. She has 2 grown children. And Jackie Zumba, mother to a 9-year-old daughter and the owner of the upscale boutique, Jackie Z Style Co. in St. Pete. Ladies, welcome. Good to have you here.
Great to be here.
What a bright and fashionable panel we have going on today. Thanks for being here. All right, so all of our topics are going to come from the Wheel of Mom Topics. We're going to spin it, CG. This is your first time here. See it spinning round and round right there. And now we wait to see what comes up first. And today it is School of Life. I thought it would be great, since we have children in so many different stages, so many different ages, that we talk about some important life skills that we are teaching our kids at this stage of life. You go first, CG.
I teach my kids cooking and gardening, where their food comes from. I think it's really important. And I also notice that it broadens their palate.
So at what age, how old are your kids? At what age do you start teaching about food and cooking?
Well, they're 2.5, 5, and 7.5, and my 2-year-old has been in the garden with me since she could walk, so about 1.5 years.
If I had to say something I have done not right, it's not starting them that young. Because cooking specifically and around the kitchen, I think when they come out of the womb, they're ready. Like as soon as possible. What do you think?
I agree. The earlier you can expose them to life skills, especially food related, and so that you can try to avoid any aversions and eating drama that can easily happen.
How to cook a meal,
exactly.
which everybody should know, like a basic meal.
Because before you know it, they're
out and they have to do it. So your kids are out. Is there anything that they've said to you, Mom, I wish I had known blank before I went out into the wild?
Not specifically, but I think that the learning is ongoing, and we try to help them. Our son goes to college and lives at home, and, we try to teach him, about cooking, because, he talks about when he gets his apartment, I'm like, well, you're going to have to cook. And so we try. So I'm proud that they can do their own laundry. The parenting continues, though. It seems to be almost lifelong, because their needs change. And so, like I said, there hasn't been anything specific, but I think it's never too late to teach something either. If you realize that, oh, well, I missed that. As a parent, we're not going to catch everything.
That's right.
We're not perfect. They're not perfect. And learning is lifelong.
All right, so we know 9-year-old Ansley can already design fashion, like she's got that. What else is she learning?
That was one of the big things, is teaching her how to run a business at a young age. But honestly, the biggest thing Brian and I try to instill is how to be a good person. I feel like sometimes parents forget, just little things, looking at somebody in the eyes when they're speaking to you, how to act, don't sit on your phone or your iPad and ignore people. All those kinds of things are things we work on every day with her to just make her a better, more well-rounded person. And it's great, because even like when I go to her school and I talk to her teacher, they're like, Ansley is different. She really is. She just is above, her time period. She's, she's acts more mature, which we totally appreciate. And I just know she's going to do big things in this world, which I don't know exactly what, because I tell her, oh, you can take over the store. No, Mom. Nope, I'm good with that. I got my own thing going. But I just think it's, of course,
kindness,
cooking, all those things are great, but just being a good human,
I like that.
Sometimes people forget.
I have 2 teenagers now, 13, 18.
Wow.
And I read something that is like, yep, that's so true. Anything that your teen is capable of doing on their own, you should not be doing for them.
True.
And I think what we do a lot of times, I'm going to speak for myself, what I have done as a mom, maybe too many times, is because I'm in such a hurry, I'll do it. Like, I don't have the patience or the time to teach you how to chop the onion or peel the carrot or fold the clothes, and that's a mistake, because I'm not helping them.
Right.
You're absolutely right. I start that now. So I received a letter, an email from my daughter's school to make sure they're reading every day, because she's going into 2nd grade. And yesterday, and it's for half an hour, and yesterday she's like, Mom, I don't want to read for 30 minutes. Like, what about 20, or what about not at all? And I said, listen, I'm just the middleman. If you don't want to read for 20 minutes, call Dr. A, and you have that discussion with her.
Oh, go you.
It's true.
And sure enough, she called and she left a voicemail.
What?
And it's like,
how old?
She's 9 or 7.5. I said 9 too.
Oh,
but
wow.
I thought to myself, I didn't actually think she was going to call. I was bluffing.
Yeah.
But
I call your bluff
But then
sometimes.
afterwards, I'm like, way to go. Like,
Yeah.
I was so proud
Yeah.
because
Do
I'm like,
more of that.
you're standing up for yourself.
Right.
Yes.
That's
All
a great, that's a great,
Or there's different ways. Break it up into 10-minute increments, maybe, if she can't sit for 30 or doesn't want to sit for 30.
I
She
love
doesn't
though that
wanna
you're
do
letting
it,
her
but yeah.
figure it
Yes.
out. All right, we're
Yeah.
spinning again to figure out our second topic in our Wheel of Mom topics. That was a good one. All right, the next one is, do you agree? Okay, I saw something online where a woman says that she pays her 2 children $2.50 a week, but not for chores. They don't have chores. She just pays them for following house rules and behaving well. Do you agree?
I do not. Personally, you know, different strokes for different folks, but I think my daughter should behave and do those things for free because that is just the rules of our home, and that's the way a good human should act, is by just doing certain things. Now, if she does chores and things, do I think she should be paid for something like that? Sure. You know, do we really do that in our house? Not really. But, you know, again, we just have a different lifestyle, so we're busy. We're like doing things. She now will make her bed and do those things because we've kind of instilled it in her.
Yeah.
But even for that, I don't feel like she should get 5 Robux for that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I had the same thought. Like, you get rewarded for what you're expected to do. That's like
Exactly.
saying, Mom, I paid attention to school and did my homework.
Right.
Where's my money? It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
no,
Right.
no, that's what you're expected to do. Where are you on
I
that?
agree wholeheartedly. We never did that. You know, we gave chores. I have to say, our kids did say, Mom, I wish you'd given us more chores, but I think it was chalked up to we were so busy, and they know how to adult, as we will say, so I guess we did okay. But back to the issue is, no, I don't think they should be paid for doing what is expected of them. I do think that some people might, quote, pay their kids as a reason or a way to teach them about managing money, but I think there's other ways to teach your kids about managing money.
Yeah, if they do
certainly
chores and they get paid.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what
No,
do you
I
think,
know. I
Seiji?
mean, but that's not, I don't agree
Yeah.
with that, but I agree. Some people use that as a way of saying, well,
Yeah.
we pay our kids so they can learn, but there's other ways to teach that.
I agree
So-
with you. So we have a motto in my family, and that is teamwork makes the dream work, and we work together to run the household. So as soon as, my 2.5-year-old unloads the dishwasher with me, they, throw the clothes in the dryer, but we don't pay them for that. Now, I do agree with like giving them some money and then, letting them really think hard about what they buy with it. So I have extras, like, wipe down the kitchen table for 50 cents. And I tell her, you could do that after every meal. And if you did the counter too, that's $1. You could make $3 a day. She's only earned $1 in the last 2 months.
I'm doing it.
But it's like,
Yeah.
Well, see, here's how I think you learn the value of money. You work really hard, and then you get paid, and then you treasure that money that you
Right.
made. So our 13-year-old son is our pool boy.
Okay.
He makes $10
Oh,
a week
nice.
cleaning the pool, puts in the chemicals, vacuums,
Yeah.
the whole thing. And he makes that, it's backbreaking work. It takes him a really long time. So
Yeah.
you better believe he appreciates that
Right.
$10.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And that's why I give him money, not
Yeah.
just
Makes sense.
because he did what he's supposed to do.
Right.
Right.
All right, I think we can get one more
Yeah.
quick one in. If we go really fast with our answers, hopefully it's something that we can talk about quickly. Okay, this one is Mother Knows Best. All right, so what do you advise your daughters about mean girls? Because we're all girl moms, so give me a quick advice that you would give your daughter.
I teach her to communicate, tell people how their actions make you feel, and treat people the way you want to be treated.
I agree. I lead with kindness, but advocate for yourself
Yes.
and communicate.
If someone's being mean.
Yes.
I tell her not to get involved with it too. Like if somebody's talking bad about somebody, don't jump in and try and get involved in a topic that you know nothing about. Sit back, reflect, listen to things, and kind of assess from there, because she's already dealt with mean girls already at 9, and we've had some issues with it. And for her personally, it's worked better just kind of sitting back and watching. That way she doesn't lose any friends in the process.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great
I
advice.
talked to, you know that author, Dr. Eileen Kennedy Moore, she wrote this book called Kid Confidence. Great book. She's written a lot of books. And I talked to her about this very topic, and she says that many times, your kids have friends who run hot and cold. You know, the friend who one day is super fun, excited to play with you, the next day, cold shoulder, even mean. She says a good friend should be steady, warm. So first of all, try to make a friend who's consistent, who consistently makes you feel good. But if the hot and cold friend does bring something positive to your life, then in a moment when she is being mean, saying, I'm out, this is no fun for me, so that she realizes what she's doing. And then if it happens too often, find a way to start maybe thinking, this isn't the friendship for me.
Right.
And I thought that was great advice, and we thank her.
great
And thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thanks for having us. This was
Yes,
fun.
it was a lot of fun. Great conversation.
And there's still a lot more fun ahead. Our Maggie and the Mom sponsor, Tampa General Hospital, is here coming up later, talking about saving lives and limbs. And CG and Jackie are going to stick around for a Cuban sandwich battle. Carrie is a taste tester for that one. It's a showdown, who does it better, Tampa or Miami? And a fashion show for a good cause. There's lots still ahead. We'll be right back.